Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
BTS 2026 revenue is insane, and Billboard still got them wrong.
According to Billboard, BTS's highly anticipated
what's the
comeback could generate
correlation
a
between the
staggering
two?
1.05 billion
I don't
in
know.
revenue, spanning concerts, streaming, albums, and more. And that figure puts them within striking distance of Coldplay's Music of the Spheres World Tour, which grossed over 1.38 billion from its first 211 shows. But how realistic is that number? What assumptions did Billboard make? And more importantly, what
Also, to be fair though, she explained it in the last video, because she did talk about this. The billion predicted for BTS is not from the tour; it's from everything included. The tour, I think it says it was something in the vicinity of 650 million. So to compare it to Coldplay, when Coldplay grossed 1 billion from the tour, it's not the same thing. That's not. It's just misleading.
Unless the breakdown for Coldplay, it says total.
Right, so Coldplay grossed 1.5 billion from the tour. The prediction from BTS is not a billion in the tour, it's a billion from the comeback, which includes, as she explained in the last video, 650-ish, I don't remember exact figure, but around that vicinity from the tour. Album sales, couple hundred million, I think, or something like that. Streams. No, sorry, album sales it was 80 million. Streams was like 20, 30 million, and the rest I believe was merch sales.
So what she's doing now?
Whatever she's doing to feed into her narrative is misleading.
didn't they consider? Today, we'll break down Billboard's estimate and explore the missing factors that could make BTS return even bigger than projected. Concert logistics, live viewing potential, solo tour momentum, streaming power, and the underestimated value of BTS's intellectual property empire.
Downing April
First, let's go through the things that Billboard considered. Concerts,
There you go. 664 from just the concerts, whereas Coldplay has 1.5 billion from the concerts, from the tour. You can't compare and say it's similar. It's not.
4.1 million. The projection assumes 3.9 million attendees across 65 shows, roughly 60,000 fans per night. And that puts BTS in the same league as Coldplay, whose Music of the Spheres tour grossed 421 million in 2024 alone, according to Polestar's year-end report. For
420 million. So how do we go from 1.5 billion to 420 million now?
Maybe that's there's a breakdown.
Let's see.
2025, it is expected to add another at least 142.1 million based on mid-year projections. But does BTS's own track record make this even possible? Well, BTS's last US shows were their semi-residencies at SoFi Stadium and Allegiant Stadium, both of which sold out during the members-only pre-sale period, leaving nothing for general sales. Their Permission to Dance on Stage Las Vegas run earned the top box score report of 2022, pulling 35.9 million from 199, 697 tickets sold across 4 nights, an average of 49,924 per show. At SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, they sold 213,000 tickets, about 53,438 per show, at an average ticket price of 155.86, grossing 33.3 million. And remember, that's 2022 dollars. So yes, 664.1 million is definitely achievable. Maybe even an underestimation. We'll get back to that in a bit. Merchandise, 352.7 million. Every BTS tour comes with a new version of their iconic light stick, a handheld device that syncs to the show and transforms the entire stadium into a glowing choreographed galaxy. Hybe's technical team controls it live, and fans happily line up for each upgraded edition. Beyond that, limited edition merch
I wonder
from
if your old
keychains and
ones will still work. I guess it doesn't sync up, or does it still? Would it still sync up?
I think the old ones have to work, as if they don't work, I honestly think that's grounds for lawsuit. That law is just obsolete now, it's useless. To me, I feel like it still has to work, but I do think most of the fans will buy the new ones. I think fans will buy it.
shirts to hoodies and photo cards is sold both on site and through Weavers.
Maybe
Hybe's
it's like
online
an
store.
iPhone. Like
Fans
as
can
you upgrade, I think at some point they don't accept the old ones to connect to the event.
I mean, iPhones still work if they're old. It's just obviously there's the whole novelty factor that everybody wants a new one. So that's why I think that people will buy a new one. But I think the old one has to work.
Conveniently pre-order online and pick up items at the venue, turning the merch booth into an experience of its own. They also sell special city-themed merch. With countless brand partnership, there is no doubt some of these brands will most likely want to produce and sell their own merch. BTS themed, of course. So while 352.7 million for merchandise is definitely achievable, there are still a lot of things Billboard didn't consider, and we'll get back to that in a bit. Albums 80 million.
I just think the merch is very hard to predict at this stage. Like, could be more, could be less. Like, we don't even know what merch
I
they
don't
have.
see why not. It'll be like more.
It's just so hard to predict. Like,
Because-
how do we know what they're gonna sell?
Because this can be like, if they market well, this may be the last tour of all of them together.
It could, right?
This
It
is the
could be.
first tour of them all back together since
It could be their last tour, but obviously they have to say it if they wanna, mark. But I don't think they would be the last one. I think for the last one they would market it as the last tour. Though I don't. They haven't seen the marketing as the one last hurrah. I think this is more as like reunion tour, and then I think
That's a lot.
whatever they do then afterwards, if they go like more into like solo ventures or whatever, then they're probably like a couple years later they're gonna might do like a reunion, like last tour, back together.
That estimate comes from roughly 4 million physical units sold, an impressive number in today's streaming dominated market. Still, BTS used to surpass that easily even before military enlistments. After Billboard changed its chart rules to limit how many copies per buyer can count towards rankings, physical sales for artists with massive fan bases like BTS took a hit. Despite that, BTS has always capped their releases at around 4 versions per album. Compared to artists like Taylor Swift, whose The Life of a Showgirl had over 30 versions. If BTS decided to expand to even 10 versions, sales could skyrocket. Armies have proven time and again that they are ready to support. If Big Hit gives them the avenue, they'll take it enthusiastically. Streaming 33.2 million. That figure translates to a jaw dropping 9.22 billion streams. For perspective, Butter remains the most streamed debut week song in Billboard Global 200 history with 289.2 million streams. Even Bruno Mars's collaboration with Rosé and Taylor Swift's Fate of Ophelia haven't surpassed it. And the streaming records don't stop there. BTS currently has 5 songs with over a billion Spotify streams: Dynamite, Butter, My Universe, Boy with Love, and Fake Love. But one of the things to consider is that all of these songs were released during or before the pandemic. Their popularity has definitely ballooned since then, and one of those proof would be the success of their solo ventures. Every member has released their own solo album, and many of them have either come close or actually broke some of BTS's records. Jungkook's 7, for example, is the third most streamed song in Billboard Global 200 history, amassing 217.1 million in its debut week
Ophelia is
alone.
already here.
Again, there are many things
No,
that
but
Billboard
this is just the debut week though, so this is first week only.
Okay.
didn't consider, and let's go through them one by one.
That's crazy
Kraft real
though.
mayonnaise made
Shit.
with eggs from farms right.
So,
Yeah, I wanted to say, look at the last 3 songs by 100K difference. That's crazy. That is crazy. Like pure, like even the Apate is, although 7 million is quite a lot though. From Jungkook 7 to Apate, that 7 million is a big. The Flowers, the Fate of Ophelia, all by 100K. That's kind of crazy.
are many things that
I'm surprised like Swifties didn't just they said fuck it, let's beat this. Like, cause streams are public, right? So like, why they saw 216.9, they wouldn't just.
Billboard didn't consider, and let's go through them one by one.
Cause honestly, looking at 7 and the Flowers, I feel like, which one came out first though? I don't know. I was gonna say,
Flowers at the end. I think around the same time.
cause I was gonna say no, Army was just gonna beat Flowers. Cause honestly, it looks like they just said fuck it, let's just beat Flowers, but 0.1.
I think they came out around the same time.
So, what are these things? Yes, the numbers do make sense. They are not wild guesses. They're grounded
But
in
these
history.
are all recent songs too.
Yeah. Well, Butter is actually the oldest song.
And what BTS has already achieved. But as every army knows, BTS has a way of outdoing even the most generous expectations. And that's where Billboard's estimate. There's a lot it didn't consider, from the tours
I mean, right, she's an army, so I guess, she's gonna try to make it sound like, oh, this is probably gonna be even bigger than that. And it could be. But at the same time, let's not forget the economy too. Like, things are just not good. So I think Billboard, whatever they did accounting for, I think they did a realistic estimate. Like if that's what they're estimating, I think, that's their job. I would hope their estimate is roughly good, right? Because if they predict 1 billion and then they come out and doing 2 billion, everybody would look at them like, fuck, y'all don't know shit. Same way, if they predict 1 billion, they come out and do half a billion, they also feel like, what the fuck? So like I feel like that estimate has to be give or take 100 million. Like that's literally their job. Like they
But then, would it say acquisitions of being a plant?
a what?
A plant, like you very much accurately predicted the success.
I mean, but that's their job. They're project based on in the past, like people get paid for that. They have degrees in statistics, predictions. I feel like that number has to be more or less correct. Because, again, that isn't that what you get paid for?
The thing is that they have plenty of other songs. They put out a lot of music. So how do you know these songs are just not the outliers of that putting out this many music? Because once again, if you look at these catalogs of the artists that are mentioned here, if you go back, can I see the list again?
The streams?
Like for example, we have Butter. There were so many songs they had before Butter, so they were bound to have their big hit. Boom. Apete, you had the proof of history of Bruno Mars, and the sync of Rose coming from Blackpink. So people were curious too as well. Boom. You have Seven.
Where are we going with this?
What I'm saying overall is that is they put a lot of records out for them to bound to have their viral big hit. So to predict that, okay, now they can follow up and lead. Like I can't follow up and say that Miley Cyrus will have another big hit or a successful tour just because now she dropped a new album and I saw that it flopped tragically.
Okay.
So it's just like saying like what they said before is that BTS, they had a successful album, but then the one following that or the following act was not as successful as the previous. It's just also luck too in consideration.
Yeah,
To
no.
have back-to-back successes is quite
No,
is quite the
right.
feat.
I understand that, but what I'm saying, they're taking the historical data and predicting based on that. So to, sit here and debate and say, oh, they didn't consider this, they didn't consider that, I think they considered everything. That's literally their job.
Okay. I'm just saying from what I've heard also, even from the guys themselves, they know that the follow-up after a really good successful drop is not also a matching successful drop. It's a dip.
Yeah, generally, although, like Taylor Swift to Torture Poets, was that a successful drop? I think it was, right?
I don't know. It's not here.
No, it's not here. I don't. We weren't reacting to billboards back then, but I do remember that it had an album bomb.
I don't know. I think it had an album bomb, but I don't know if it stuck around because not one of the songs stuck around even to this day. And we have songs
Kinda,
like
yeah.
Teddy Swims that's been here
Yeah,
around
that
the
is
same time
true.
that it dropped.
The song with Post Malone, but yeah, I feel like that album wasn't her best.
It's not here.
Where, somewhere here.
And that's where Billboard's estimate. There's a lot it didn't consider, from the tours that never happened to the global scale that's never been tested. First, concerts. Technically, BTS has never completed a full global stadium tour. Their Map of the Soul tour was supposed to be it, and it was completely sold out before being canceled due to COVID 19. Once live events went back to normal, they did two semi residencies in SoFi and
So I
Parisian,
wonder
both of
for those
which
concerts
also
that were scheduled for 2020, did they just like delay, and then they have those tickets for the ones that's coming now?
No,
Or-
canceled.
Oh, and they get their refunds? Oh.
sold out
At
in
this rate, I think I would rather they had held it than I just.
For you want your money held for 4 years.
But the thing is that you still apply to the new ticket, so I still have the same ticket, but I save money.
I
Because
would not
now
want a
those
refund.
tickets are more expensive
Yeah, but
and competitive.
I don't know. I would want a refund. I would not want my money held in file. Are they gonna pay me interest?
I mean, the benefit is that it's already paid for, and that you don't have to compete again to get those tickets again
Yeah,
because
but how we know you're gonna be into BTS 4 years later? I don't know.
it would depend how
sale.
much I spend
So
on the
it is
ticket, I guess.
understandable that there is no real gauge as to the actual box office power of BTS. But one thing we can use is the three members. Suga, J-Hope, and Jin have gone on solo tours. Each sold out their dates, with J-Hope and Suga, as August D, now holding the records for the first and second highest grossing tours by a solo Asian native acts. J-Hope grossed 84.7 million from 33 sold out shows. Suga grossed 57.1 million from 26 sold out shows. Jin's final figures are still being tallied.
Okay, top 20 global concerts. Stray Kids.
This is not correct because I saw this. Stray Kids was number 2. Number 1 was Beyonce. And
Beyonce's not listed here.
exactly my point. And also, I don't see Taylor Swift. She had her tour, and if you mean to tell me she didn't make top 20, ridiculous. I don't see Coldplay.
This must be a certain time period.
I don't know what this is trying to show, but it's again transforming the facts into not what they are.
But Polestar's monthly
So what are
tracking
these facts showing? Like Jin
Uh,
is number 11?
Yeah,
That's
you guys shared this on Discord, but Stray Kids were number 2. Then the number 1, which is again for Stray Kids, is very impressive. To me,
Who's
how
number 3?
I think My Chemical Romance. I think it's just missing number 1, which was Beyonce. But even that didn't have Taylor Swift,
Did
which
it
to
not
me
count as a global concert, I guess?
what, Beyonce?
Yeah.
It was
maybe
global. She had
wasn't
European
global.
dates. We
But see,
literally
the
watched her
only
in
thing- The
London.
only thing I'm thinking of is their specific of the terms of what is considered a global concert tour.
Let me see if I can find it on Discord. This thing, but anyway, I was gonna say what Stray Kids have done to me. It's kind of ridiculous, honestly, cause their music, like, they just don't make popular music. They somehow managed to find a niche that people like.
How? How?
But
That's impressive.
I don't even know if people actually like their music. I kind of feel like people just like them as people sometimes.
They seem like good people. They have really good personalities.
I don't know. It's not for. I think it's down right now because half of internet is down. It's not searching. Whatever. Yeah, I gotta be because I don't know. Their music, like, nobody's streaming their shit.
Can you find online top 20 global concert tours of recent, or this is of recent?
I'm sure it's gonna be like on Twitter or something.
Because now I want to know. Because it's problematic when someone's making their case. Or something.
Yes. Okay. So I see it. It's the same thing again. Taylor is. It's the same thing, but again, as I said, she cherry picked. I don't know
Okay,
what.
So what does the other
Okay.
columns represent? Or
Uh, so top 20 global concert tours ranks artists by average box office
this is
gross
top
per
20
city.
global concerts. Yeah.
Yes, average box office gross per city and includes average ticket price for shows worldwide. Okay, so what we're seeing it number first obviously is the rank, then the
Yeah.
second column is the group name, third column is average box office gross per city.
Oh.
Then the next
That's
column is
impressive.
tickets sold, and the last column is average price per ticket. So
Oh.
conveniently, Beyonce is omitted, which is at number 1. I don't know why Beyonce is not
Why?
there. I don't know, to show the narrative that K-pop rules. I don't know. Beyonce is at 12 million, 12.7 million.
This is the
She
number two.
her tickets is similar to Stray Kids, almost the same.
Pricing?
No, no,
Wow.
no. The amount
Oh,
of tickets
the
is
amount of
like
tickets.
50 difference, 51 difference.
But they're more expensive.
But she charged $100 more per ticket. Yeah,
Oh.
that's why her number is. Well, again, Stray Kids, what they have accomplished is to me is very impressive because I
Yeah.
just don't think they're people ain't streaming their shit, but somehow they managed to sell these arenas. It's
I'm
crazy
shocked
to
by
me.
Lady Gaga's pricing.
It's crazy to me
Ooh.
that
Is Lady Gaga's pricing similar to Beyonce's?
actually yes, almost the same.
Wow.
Yeah, then My Chemical Romance is the same. It's at number bless you at number three. Uh, and then at number four again, conveniently omitted, Coldplay,
Mm.
which 7 million 53K tickets sold. So actually more tickets than anybody, 53K. But their price
What?
is the lowest. Is 132. Well, not the lowest. I guess we'll see some lower, but so far. Then is The Weeknd, Chris Brown, so matching. Imagine Dragons, Ed Sheeran, Shakira, Gaga. Okay, then Guns N' Roses, omitted again.
Oh.
And Hypen, Jin,
So in
Backstreet
Hypen?
Boys,
Okay.
Billie Eilish, Post Malone. Okay, I don't see Taylor here. I don't know why.
The Eras tour was not a global
I
tour,
don't know.
but it was in London.
It was in London, yeah. So I don't know. I don't see. Maybe she didn't make it public. I don't know.
I don't know, but I heard that she gave everyone bonuses.
She's a billionaire for you. That tour must be number one. Honestly, I really feel like. You know who's number 20? Rufus the Soul. Who the fuck is that? I don't know.
Let me see the name. No,
I never seen that name before.
I know a Rufus, but not a Rufus the Soul.
Anyway, yeah. So Jin is actually number 14, not number 11. But either way, I mean, that's to make
But
the list is impressive.
that's impressive still.
I just this is all cool. I just don't like the fact that we're shifting,
Yeah, I don't know
narrative.
why she
Yeah, this
doing
is just
that.
loses credibility when you give us not full information.
Consistently put him in the top 10. On the charts, BTS has 6 Billboard Hot 100 number 1 hits, 27 total entries, and 180 cumulative weeks on the chart, including solo work that jumps to 316 cumulative weeks, with Jimin's Who outlasting Butter as BTS's longest charting Hot 100 song,
Who is
34
my
weeks
heart
versus
for?
33. Concert attendance measures depth of
Wait,
the
33
fandom.
versus what
Chart
was
performance
what was Butter? How long was Butter?
This is
She
weeks on
said no, but
chart.
she said with Butter how much?
Butter as BTS's longest charting Hot 100 song, 34 weeks versus 33. Concert attendance measures
Wow.
depth of the fandom. Chart performance
Wow.
shows breadth. In both, BTS continues to expand. Another thing to consider is if BTS chooses to perform in cities and use mega venues like Kyle Field in Texas, with a capacity over 100,000, surpassing 60,000 tickets per show, isn't a stretch. Live viewing.
What? Why would they do that though?
What?
To book these mega venues.
I mean, that means more seats. More
Yeah,
tickets.
but we literally just looked at the list. Nobody does that. There's a reason for that. Like, why would they
What?
be the only one? No, I'm just saying. Like, I don't see them doing that. That's a reach. What? Like, I feel like if that's the standard to do the regular stadium, 60-ish K, that's the standard. Why would they go for these mega
I
arenas?
feel like they're trying to break records here.
Okay, but you have to be realistic too, though.
They are.
And streaming. Their Permission to Dance on Stage concert series earned 230.7 million from 3.4 million tickets sold across 12 shows, including in-person attendance and live cinema streams. Live viewing lets fans experience concerts in real time from theaters worldwide, a model BTS helped popularize at their peak. The crowds outside the venue were large enough to fill another stadium entirely. What could change is the frequency of live viewing and live streaming events. What the solo concerts of the members proved is that armies don't need to be surprised with their choreography and set list. They don't mind seeing on screen what they are about to watch live. In fact, the earlier they can get access, the better for them. Many set up online live streaming parties just as so they could have some sort of community to share the experience. And this will most likely encourage BTS to stream more concerts than before. Also, they will most likely book bigger live viewing venues.
So do people still
Want to
like
get the
post
most out of
online
one
then?
sheet?
Like they
Grab
go to the
Bounty.
concert and film the
While ordinary
performances
brands
post
can't
online?
hold up, one sheet of
I think so. The
Cinema
fan cams,
events,
yeah.
documentaries, and behind the scenes. Every BTS era includes film and documentary content. Some released free on YouTube, others on Weverse or in theaters. Both BTS Yet to Come in Cinema and Permission to Dance in Cinemas earned around 40 million globally, each during limited runs. This adds significant side revenue while keeping fans engaged between tours. Bangtan TV, the YouTube channel of BTS where they put most of their behind the scenes and other short materials, most likely earns millions as well. With BTS comeback, they are probably going to double or even triple their monthly revenue. Again, that adds up. Streams and fan growth. Butter's record breaking debut in Billboard Global 200 remains unbeaten, but Jungkook shattered BTS's own record with 7, achieving 89.7 million filtered streams in its first week in Spotify. This is the biggest debut ever for a Korean or Asian native act. Jimin's Who wasn't far behind, earning 79 million unfiltered and 56 million filtered streams in 1 week. 7 is now approaching 3 billion streams, far ahead of Dynamite's 2.2 billion. And perhaps more telling is Jimin's Who. It maintained 8-digit weekly US streams for 10 consecutive weeks, while Butter and Dynamite managed that only 1 week. Today, Who continues to outstream both week on week. But that's not all. Almost every member's solo hit currently outperforms Butter and Dynamite week on week, and most of these songs dropped while BTS was serving in the military. By any streaming metric, the fan base hasn't shrunk, it has grown. That gives BTS a stronger streaming position than Billboard predicted. The power of IP.
I don't think so because the people gonna stream the title track, right? So I think it's realistic to assume the title track is gonna either break records or be close to the records. I think there's no reason to assume it won't be. I just don't think the B-sides are gonna do the same stuff though, because Army is limited and there's only so many songs you can stream
And they're
per
cracking
minute.
down on the streaming
Of,
parties.
yeah, like of course there's gonna be the streams that are gonna
Um,
get taken down, but that's a given. So to me, it's you only there's the amount of Army is limited is huge, of course, but it's still limited. You can only stream, one song is what 3 minutes. So you divide the streams up into the whole album so that your title track don't break the records, or do you just keep doing title tracks so it breaks the records, or at least gets close to it? I think the answer is going to be title track, and the B-sides they're going to get streams, but they're not so. It's like, what is she assuming that everybody's just going to stream all the songs? Like, it just doesn't work like that. There's a limited, like, there's a reason that these songs all kind of like within the same vicinity, right? Like, it's just time. Like, you have to listen to the song. You can't just, it's not clicking like how many times you can click as fast, and they sit there. No, it doesn't work like that.
If there's one thing Hybe and Big Hit have mastered, it's intellectual property.
some of these
IP ensures
flavors.
that BTS can continue to earn even without direct participation and scale it
This is really
infinitely.
nice
BTS's
because
creative
you don't have to listen to the music, but the merchandise and product, it looks really, really cute.
IP universe includes
This is
BT21,
cute.
Tiny Tan,
Aww.
In the Som, Seven Fates Chacos, and Wayang Yon Manwa series. BT21 and Tiny Tan remain their most recognizable and mainstream heavily licensed properties with collaborations spanning Converse, Skechers, Reebok, Crocs, Uniqlo, Olive Young, and more for BT21.
This is
For
cute.
Tiny Tan, they have a collaboration right now for McDonald's, Toy Story, Bench, Sega, Virginia
Aww.
Foods, and others. While these IPs are now largely independent of BTS's direct involvement, and that has always been the goal for any IP, their initial association continues to boost brand value. With BTS's return, more collaborations and licensing deals are almost certain. And then there are syncs. BTS's songs have been used in many TV shows and movies, and some are more publicized than others. Permission to Dance was used in Love Island. Blood, Sweat, and Tears was featured in the movie The Mitchells versus the
It was on Love
Machines.
Island?
Not
Wow.
Today was used in the movie Sing 2. And Jimin and V's Friends was used in Marvel's The Eternals. With their comebacks, many of their songs will most likely get synced for TV shows, for movies, and for advertisements. It's really fun to be a part of this community, to have everybody working together.
I mean, okay, but I just feel like Billboard accounted for all that. I don't. To me, there's no reason to sit because she's overestimating everything. She's saying, okay, Billboard underestimated, but the same argument can be made by Billboard overestimated, and if you want to play them down too, like I feel like it's her just being biased army wishful thinking a little bit that she wants to boost that number up, which to me, like, I don't know what you want. $1 billion, that's ridiculous. That's great. Like what if we thought, oh shit, $1 billion come back? Please, that's a lot of fucking money. But
That's gonna start like a lot of commotion.
yeah, so like to me, but to sit here, oh, they didn't count this, they didn't count that.
I'm curious how much
I
the
don't think
Blackpink
so.
tour accounted for.
Blackpink is no BTS though.
Yeah, but still, I want to know how much they accounted for in the pricing for their tickets.
I guess once I think the tour data will be available when they finish.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
they're still on tour right now, so
I see.
it's not available now. But and Blackpink didn't really have a comeback. They had one song because you see like a lot of
Mhm.
the Billboard is accounting that okay, the concert is gonna be half a billy, or no, sorry, like 650, and then a lot is gonna come from merch. A lot is gonna come from like the
Mhm.
album sales and streams. Well, Blackpink didn't have no album sales because there was no album, so we got to take all that down number there.
Mhm.
Streams only one song. Uh,
Mhm. It was on the charts. Still on the charts. Billboard. Yeah.
yeah, but uh, I don't know. I just don't think Billboard got it wrong. I mean, obviously we'll see when it comes out.
Yeah.
Anybody can have their own
This will be
opinion.
proving a lot for everybody. Eye opening.
Yeah, everybody has their own opinion, but I think
Mm-hmm.
Billboard provide realistic estimate.
Mm-hmm.
If the number can go up, it can go down, but I don't think it's gonna be that
Mm-hmm.
far off where we're gonna be like, wow, Billboard really dropped the ball on this one. BTS did 1.5 billion in this comeback, or like 2 billion. The same way, I don't think it's gonna be, oh wow, BTS did only half a billion. I think it's gonna be roughly, give or take, as I said, about 100 million, one way or the other. Because some stuff is hard to predict, like merch. Like, what do you even know
Yeah.
what merch they're going to do? Like, how do you even predict that? They
Mm-hmm.
based it on the past merch sales. Same with the streams, same with the album sales. I think album sales is probably the most realistic to predict. You kind of see what Taylor Swift did, what they've done in the past. You can kind of, because the album prices are generally the same. It's only one album.
Unless they say no buying individual songs, you must buy the album.
Yeah, but so I think the
Mm.
album sales and concerts, I think those are two the easiest to predict. Streams probably pretty easy too. You can, because as I said, there's only so much time you can spend. So I think the streams is also around it. But the merch, to me, the merch is the wildest category because we don't know what merch they're gonna put out. How can you
Or if
predict?
they don't get it, like something happens to the distributor or something wild, like
Yeah, or they decide to, you know what, we're not gonna do a cash grab. We're just gonna put out the new light stick, a couple T-shirts, and that's it. But we don't know that, so it's
we
just
know their goals.
yeah, it's really hard to predict.
Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible.